What is going on, collective? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Adam Raw. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got my sage blowing. So yeah. I yeah, just kind of had to cleanse the energy a little bit today. So today, I didn't get too many downloads today, honestly. It was one of those kind of like chill kind of days or whatever, you know. But what I can do is I can pull some cards and we can get this rolling and we can do a message, right? I wish I had some sand or something like that. And I can do like a sand message, but I don't have any sand or salt. I don't have any salt or anything, so we'll just have to do the cards today. All right? Let's see here. Spirit guides, blessing, cards, blessing, keep match protection around. Yeah. Did I see? I don't think I even seen anything in the cosmos or anything like that today either. That's weird. But I guess I could you know, look in the Bible or whatever, and we can start from there. I'm gonna start with a stichomacy, and then from the stichomacy we're gonna go and we're gonna start pulling other cards and stuff here. And just give me a minute. I made these cards so they don't fucking they don't shuffle like the other cards. It's because I got so many, you know what I mean? You know how you have a whole bunch of cards and stuff like that, and yeah, whatever. And then they thin too, so I might have to redo this deck. When I redo this deck, I think I'm gonna go with a different spin on it. But for my first original, I think I like this deck. This is pretty good for me, because like I say, you know, I'm all into like science and technology and shit like that, you know. All right, so let's see here. Where's my Bible? Where's my Bible? Guess what? I bet you my Bible. Oh, sorry. I heard something. I was just like, what is that? You know? So, I cannot remember where I put my Bible, honestly. Hold on, just a second. Let me get my Bible. I think I know where it's at. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, here we go. All right. Reveal to us at the time. Reveal to us the message that we need to know the most. This comes from Psalms 94. God, the refuge of the righteous, right? So the verse that I picked up, it says, your comforts delight my soul. Basically here, this is God basically telling you, like, you know, when you are at rest, when you are at peace, when you are creating, when you are in that energy of like love and light, he's happy. He's in that, he delights in that, right? So that verse alone, you know, for it to come out, that right there, it basically breaks down the energy or the concept that, you know, a lot of people say a lot of things about God, about, oh, why would he have a suffering, or why would he this, or why would he that? But that verse alone, it tells me his true nature of things. He created us with love and light, in love and light, to promote love and light and be love and light, right? But in order to be love and light, you have to be one or the other. You have to be love, and love gives birth to the light, right? So with love, basically, love is basically a two-winged bird, right? On one wing, you have self-love, and then on the other end, you have the other kind of love, right? So when you come into that energy of love and light, basically it's like this, like there's two paths to get there, but it always originates inside. You have to love, and it's best to love and accept yourself, because I will say, like, the easier it is to forgive yourself for the most criminal of offenses that you could have done against yourself. If you can forgive yourself for something, like the worst thing you could have, like, think about the worst thing in your life that you've ever done. Now, if you can forgive yourself for that, you can forgive anybody else. You can forgive everybody else in the world. You know what I'm saying? You can forgive others, you know what I'm saying? And then from there, if you can still love yourself after the whole, forgiveness stuff or whatever, if you can love yourself despite the worst thing you've ever done in your life, you are ready to love others. And it's weird because, a lot of times people get in a relationship because they're looking for love. We're looking for love. We're in love. We want love. We seek love. We feel love. You transmit love. Love. That's why I say love is a currency. Okay? Now, the reason why you have to be loved before you look for love is because if your love is derived in another person, that person has the ability to control you. You see what I'm saying? If that person can up and leave right then and there out of your energy, and then you're back to feeling bad. Or when they want something from you, they'll threaten to leave you, and then all of a sudden you're back in square one, where you're in that depression, you're in that manic energy, you're in that you're triggered. Do you really believe a man or a woman should have that kind of power of control over you? I don't think so. I think if anybody should have power and control over you, at least it should be you. I think rightfully and honestly, you deserve to have authority and power over yourself, right? That's what I believe. What you believe is something different. And no, it's not going to be easy. Because in order to love yourself, you got to love yourself on your worst day. If you love yourself on your worst day and love yourself for the worst thing that you could have ever done in your entire life, you can love yourself on your best day. And you can also, it'll be easier for you to love yourself on any day other than that worst day leading up to your best day. And when it comes to, forgiveness and love of the worst thing, everything else falls into place. You see what I'm saying? I know it's kind of like I'm simplifying it, because it's like, when you hear it, it's different than when you have to experience it. Because a lot of masters have had to ponder on what is love. And then you get all these scientific, political, and philosophical, and, socio-correct terms of what love is. Because love varies from person to person. My idea of love is going to be different than your idea of love. That's just like my love language may be the same or different than it may vary from your love language, right? The way I want to be respected is different than the way you view respecting people. I might say that I like if you want to show me respect, or what I consider to be respectful, is if, like, you wear a red shirt on Tuesdays. Yeah, something stupid like that, right? Now, you may not have a red shirt, but you might have red socks, and you're like, okay, I'm going to wear red Tuesday. And you figure it doesn't matter because it's just red, so you wear red socks instead of a red shirt, and it's just like, ugh. And that's exactly how love is. It's like, we get so caught up in wanting love, or wanting to give love and all that other stuff or whatever, that we forget to ask the important questions. Because it was Dale Carnegie that once said in How to Win Friends and Influence People, he once said that we have to think in terms of other people if you want to love or respect, you know what I mean? If you want to get to know them or want them to like you. When you go fishing, you don't go fishing with gummy worms because you like it. No, you go fishing with worms because the fish like it. And it's the same thing when you're in love. When you are in love with somebody, you have to know, it's best to know their love language, because their love language, it's best to know their love language and your love language, right? And then you have to want to know how they want to be loved. You see what I'm saying? Because my love language may be buying you things, but you may want to be loved by affection. Maybe you like public display of affection. And that's how you how you feel love. That's how you know someone loves you, is when they're on you, when they're cuddling you, when they're holding you. You know what I mean? And it's not that, and that's where the distortion comes in, because a lot of us think like, oh, we get, with all the love thing, it's always, I don't feel loved and all this other stuff, or I just fell out of love or whatever. But in reality, there's a miscommunication of like how that person wants to be loved, how that person want to be respected. When was the last time you asked the person that you were in a relationship, how do you want to be loved? Like, what do you consider to be love? And I know it's not having ashy ass hands like my hands right now, but when was the last time you asked them, like, okay, what is your love language, right? Let them tell you their love language. And then you ask them, well, how do you want to be loved? That's something I can't say no one because I don't know, but that's a question most people that I've come across never ask. You see what I'm saying? How do you want to be respected? That's another thing. Especially if respect is a big thing, because my belief, I may believe that like I said, my idea of respecting someone might be just, acknowledging them every single day, speaking to them, shaking their hand. But your idea of being respected may be something like, or I'll say like this, eye contact. That might be your way of feeling respected. You see what I'm saying? And this is all, hypothetical, you know what I mean? But once you understand those things, that right there, in my opinion, is why we have a large divorce rate. And I know I'm jumping off subject, and that's the thing that I struggle with when it comes to love. We do all these things for love. We are willing to lay down our lives for love. We are willing to fight for love. We are willing to go against God for love. Right? But what's crazy is that we sue each other because someone else can't give us the love we envision. They can't make us happy. You know what I'm saying? If you pay attention to all the divorces and stuff like that, well, I'd say most of the divorces, there is infidelity. There is a whole lot of concepts, but it all boils down back to love and a miscommunication of love language. And then also there's that concept that where it's like that person will say, well, I just don't love him no more, or I don't love her no more, or I just fell out of love, or whatever. You fell out of, I'm not happy. You see what I'm saying? I'm not happy. I don't feel loved. I'm not happy. You're not happy, so that gives you the right to sue me for half of my shit? That's fucked up. That's the importance of love. That's why we seek self-love first. Because if I have self-love, or I'm working on my self-love, you have or are working on your self-love, when we meet, we grow together, And that we take that self-love that we learned about ourselves, you know, forgiving ourselves at the lowest points of our lives, and we give it out, and we take that into the relationship. That's something you bring to the table. And then when you both are forgiving one another, it helps you develop your own sense of happiness. Happiness, you know, happiness and all those emotions should not be derived or connected to a person, a place, or a thing. Because when you don't have that person in your life, your happiness is gone. When you don't have that place in your life, it's gone. When you don't have that thing in your life, it's gone. When we are in love, when we experience love, our energetic body resonates. Our auras turn a certain color. Our bodies emit a certain kind of temperature. Because essentially, light is the visual form of temperature. Essentially. I'm not going to go into detail, right? It's like you have, when you're on one octave, let's say the root chakra octave, it's going to be infrared light. You're in that infrared energy. When you get higher up, as you go higher up, you go like infrared to up to the violet ray. That's why when we meditate and we say, Most High God, keep a violet ray of light, a hedge of protection around our crown chakra all the way down. Even with the Masons, when they call up in the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram or hexagram or septagram, whatever they choose, it has to do with that ray of light. You're calling out to a certain ray of light and drawing it into your body, your mind, your body and soul. That's because there's a frequency that's affiliated with it. What if God loved more than anything to see translucent light? What if that's his love language, that translucent light? What if his love language was, or his way of feeling that he is being respected, is emitting this in particular light octave? You see what I'm saying? Everything leads into one another, and that's basically what this verse is all about. It's about God loving to see you in the energy of love. And how many people can you say in this world actually want to see you in that energy of love? Not that many. You got mothers out here who sabotage daughters and sons to keep them close by. I can't judge them for that, right? You got fathers out here who will sabotage their daughter relationships because that's the baby girl. Or sabotage their son relationship because, you know, maybe he liked that lady too. Or he might feel that that lady is taking his son away. Same with the mother. I know mothers who will try to keep sons at home or always talk bad about their girlfriends and stuff. Never find a girl good enough, because it's not so much of her being a tyrant or damaged. She just has this affinity towards her son. In her eyes, sometimes there's nobody good enough for her son. In some cases, you know, same with the daughter. The mother was, oh man, back in my day, if I had met a guy like this, you know, I would have picked this person over that person and this and that. And then they sabotage their daughter's relationship because they feel like that daughter should pick who she likes, be based off of her logic and her experiences. You see what I'm saying? Now, like I was saying, when it comes to like love and like respect and stuff like that, like I said, like it's you know, a lot of this stuff, it tears apart families, because you find out who really love you and who don't based off of what they say and do, and how they pick you apart, and what they criticize you for, what they judge you for. You see what I'm saying? Pay attention, because that's the thing. You got to pay attention. You have to pay attention to what people criticize you for or judge you for, because that's the one thing in their life that they could never forgive themselves about. That's something in their life that they couldn't forgive themselves for. When you are incapable of forgiving yourself, you cannot forgive anybody, because you are who you are. And if you don't love you because you are you, how the hell do you expect to go out into the world to find someone to love you more than you love yourself? You're not. You're not going to find somebody that loves you more than you. Your mama isn't going to love you more than you. Your daddy isn't going to love you more than you. God will. And that's what this scripture is about. It's about God loving you. He loves to see you in that love and light energy. All that other stuff that's been going on, and I know it's been like a lot of, spiritual warfare and stuff like that. And God is basically saying, like, I delight in seeing you happy. I delight in seeing you, in love. I delight in seeing you in that ray of light and love. You see what I'm saying? So it looks like this is going to be a love message today. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, and it's weird because, you get a lot of people who end up going to, like, counseling and therapy and all of that other stuff. But in reality, I'm not going to say it's obsolete. It's just that those people, they have wounded inner childs. And it's not that, in my experience, I found out that it's not the fact that people like to be broken. It's not that people like to be broken. It's not that they feed off each other's broken energy all the time. It's the fact that they don't know how to heal themselves. That's what it boiled down to. They don't know how to heal themselves. They don't know what medicine to pick to heal themselves. Now, what'll heal me may not heal you. What'll heal you may not heal me, because of perspective. You see what I'm saying? My perspective about love and light and whatever, like I shared in this video, is different than what you and your concept of love and light is. And that's perfectly fine. Our minds are not designed to have the same idea of something. It was never designed like that. We were trained to believe that by our education system, that we all had to be on one accord. I was listening to a book today, and it just clicked and it made sense. You know what I'm saying? In our school systems, they teach us to accept, command, and conform, because that's the best way to, that's the best way to not just control everybody, but to aim everybody towards a common goal. Everybody's on one accord, right? But it doesn't work for everybody. Your way of healing may require you to get lost. Your way of healing may require you to be broken. Your way of healing may reside in you needing a hug. Something as simple as that. You know what's weird is that I found that most people who have to go through therapy, if you go up to them and you tell them that, you know what, I think you have a beautiful smile, they will smile, and it changes their entire mood, whether they are depressed or whatever they're dealing with. They may even ask for a hug. You may even be able to hug them. But it's simple things in life. We put so much emphasis on complex things that we forget that the most complex thing in life is the simple things. And the simple things is what makes life worth living. Simply, we all want to be loved, right? But because of our inner child wounding and us not being able to forgive ourselves and sometimes others for the dark shit that they've done to us, because that plays a role too. Everything isn't your fault. And that's another thing about healing. We always assume that it's our fault, or we assume that everything is someone else's fault sometimes. But in reality, it's a mixture. But you just got to know the difference between who's at fault. You're not responsible if somebody does something to you, like, pedophilia and stuff like that, especially as a kid. You're not responsible for that. That's not your responsibility. You were a kid that trusted an adult, like you were trained to do through your parents, the religious system, the education system. You did your job, and you were failed by an adult with a wounded inner child. Whose fault is it really? Whose fault is it really? Same thing with like rape and things like that. You know what I mean? Like, whose fault is it really? They say that certain women shouldn't wear certain clothes and things of that nature, but I mean, I like to wear certain clothes every day. But that doesn't mean that I shouldn't be respected. You know what I'm saying? I should be disrespected, right? It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that you have the right to disrespect me or judge me based off of what I wear. That's not right. How do you know you're not one comment away from another national disaster? You know what I mean? Going all the way back, though, to tie it all together, it all comes down to love, inner child wounding, knowing how to heal is basically, I can't tell you how to heal yourself. I can't do that, because the medicine that's for your mind, body, and or soul is specifically designed by you for you. It's designed by you for you. But I can offer you a tool, a suggestion. If you're going to have to do healing work, if you're going to have to do anything that you know is going to not make you feel good, if you're going to have to do anything that that you dread, find a way that's necessary. Find a way to make it fun. When you find a way to make it fun, you don't see it as being work. Like healing sessions, you go to a therapist and stuff like that. You talk to your therapist, you're like, look, what I'm going to tell you is kind of rough, so maybe we can make it into a game, or maybe we can make it like this or like that, or maybe I can color while I tell you, or I can do this, or maybe we can go outside and go for a walk, or I can do this, maybe I can write it down and show you, or whatever. You have to make it fun when it comes time to your healing. The thing, because if you don't make it fun, it will deter you away from venturing into the unknown. It'll be a phobia that builds and creates other phobias. And then by that time, you're going to be looking for an answer or a cure for something that you cannot find, because the cure is within yourself. You are the cure to you are your own cure. You are your own cure. No one's going to come and save you in this life. If you're expecting somebody to have a cure off of all this, that's something I learned on my journey, especially in my spiritual journey. Nobody's going to come and save you. I can pray to God all the time, but until I take action, it's not going to work. You can go and pray to all these deities and do all these spiritual baths and light all these candles and all this other stuff and wish and hope and hope and hope and hope and hope for healing and hoping and hoping and hoping and hoping. But until you combine that with going to therapy, it's not going to happen. Until you combine that with action, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. If you're waiting on someone to do it too, it's not going to happen. Oh, I'm going to find me somebody who's just like... No, it's not going to happen. You know why? Because 9 times out of 10, you're going to be so depressed and full of yourself that when that person comes into your energy, they're going to be turned away because they're in a different kind of energetic field. They did their healing work. Their job is not to be your dad, your mom, your auntie, your sister, your cousin. Their job is not to heal you. Basically not to heal you. But these days, the energy is both sensitive and insensitive at the same time. The energy of these days, it's like the energy that's out here. Everybody is just breaking down because they need some form of love in their life. If not love, everyone's looking to be understood or felt by another human being. Sometimes that's all it takes, is for you to make another human being feel felt. That's it. You don't have to do too much. You don't have to do a lot of stuff for healing work or to assist somebody else in their healing process. You don't have to. It's not as hard as people think it is. Well, I can't say that. My in particular experience wasn't as hard as everybody made it be, because, and that's the reason why my experience is different, is because when I simplified it, I put it into that context of all you got to do, right? And that's another pitfall. I made it in an energy of all you got to do. All you got to do works for me, may not work for you. You see how that works? All you got to do works for me, but not for you. So you have to make all you have to do. You have to create it for yourself. Where do you start? How do you get it going? How do you this? How you do that? You think about the worst day of your fucking life. I'm gonna be honest with you. You think about the worst thing you've ever done to somebody that you are responsible for. You don't have to tell anybody. You don't have to make a post about it. You don't have to write it down. You don't have to tell people. You don't have to confess it to people outside of yourself. Think about that one day that everything fucked up. And now ask yourself, are you worthy of forgiving or forgiveness? And then think about yourself, because let's be real. If you can't, at some point you have to forgive yourself. How long do you expect to punish yourself for not being able to forgive yourself for the most fucked up shit you ever done in your life? How long is that? How long are you going to go before you can forgive somebody? Before you forgive yourself? If you hold a grudge for a long time towards other people, that's because you have things in your life that you cannot forgive yourself for. And if you make any mistake in your life, you'll never forgive yourself for it, but you'll go out and you'll criticize other people for not being perfect like you perceive yourself to be. Right? So, like I said, think about the worst thing you've ever done. And then after that, after you got through that, you done your crying, your tears, and hugged yourself in the mirror. You got snot and boogers coming out your nose. You feel so much lighter. That's when you go to the next one. Now that we thought about the worst thing that you could have done, now let's think about the worst. Let's see. How did it go? Because I just did that early in the video. The worst thing you could have done, and yeah, I had to go back early in the video. You get what I'm talking about though. But you examine the worst in your life. You know why? When you can forgive yourself for the worst in your life, everything else is up from there. Because keep in mind, everything works on an octave. If you put it in perspective, everything works on an octave. If this was a music note, you would go all the way down to the lowest note possible, right? And you can examine that, be honest with yourself, forgive yourself, and learn to love yourself despite that. Everything else will be fine. Because why? Because you consider that lowest point in your life the absolute worst. So when other people come up to you and they do things, or if they're going through things and stuff like that, the first thing you're going to think about is the worst thing you've ever done in your life. And you're going to compare that to what that person is telling you that they did against you, that they need forgiveness for, and all that other stuff. And you're going to be like, well, shit, I've been through worse than that. And in your mind, you're going to be like, I've been through worse than that. So, I mean, shit, this is forgivable. You know? And then there it is. You know, it's all about simplifying. I guess your system is going to be different than mine. You might have a different healing system than I do or whatever on my journey or whatever. And if you do, I'm definitely interested in that, you know. But right now, you know, let's get a card reading in right quick, because I did take like 30 minutes of your time, you know. And yeah, like I said, God delights in seeing you in that love and light ray. That right there lets him know that you are satisfied, you are at peace, you know. And keep in mind, you're not gonna be like at peace with every single thing, because we think about bliss where there's nothing wrong. No, things are gonna go wrong. You're gonna be upset, you're gonna be hurt. Life is an amalgamation of all kinds of energies that you have to learn how to balance out, live with, and just be with. I like harmony. I've attracted chaos. I may not like chaos, but you learn to work with chaos. You see what I'm saying? If you can find light in chaos, then you can find light in any and all other energies. Because chaos is the worst energy. You see? Every energy subsequent to that is a piece of cake. It's a walk in the park. You see? It's the worst. You have, in order to go where other people cannot go, you have to do what others are afraid to do. People are afraid to forgive themselves. People are afraid to face themselves. People are afraid to master themselves. But if you notice, those who took the time to master themselves, face themselves, forgive themselves, love themselves, they end up at the top. They end up rich. They end up wealthy. They end up affluent. They end up in power. People who are incapable of forgiving themselves are always subservient to those people. They end up in subservient roles. You could call me a liar or whatever you want, but look at history. Bring to me one person who loves themselves that is in subservience to the rest of the world. The only how that person is in subservience to the rest of the world is if they choose to be. You see what I'm saying? But 9 times out of 10, those people, they accelerate quickly through the ranks. And it's all from self-love. Let's get this card reading going. All right, so we got our overall message. I got 3 out here, and let's see what we can get this done. Okay. So what I got out here is the G note in reverse here. We got the number 783 hertz. This is the piano note Sol. And this has to do with the energy of Madim, which is Tuesday, Mars, iron energy. And it says, spouse gets on my nerves in reverse. This has to do with the first house, the throat chakra, and division, okay? So it looks like a spouse, or there's some people reconciling here, like a couple is reconciling with the energy of 783. You got 7 has to do with like some kind of spiritual influence. Maybe this could be a spiritualist with 7 and 8 together. That has to do with 8 has to do with like money. Generally 8 is a very volatile number when it comes to abundance. It represents abundance, but it's either you're quickly gaining or quickly losing money. You're always going to be in that energy of that octave of gaining and losing, right? So this has to do with like maybe some spiritual maybe a spiritual practitioner, maybe not, but I am seeing someone with like spiritual gifts, or this could just be a spiritual connection in itself that has the possibility to grow in abundance. And I see the number 3 has to do with like, I want to say it's like the Holy Trinity, but it's also like a balancing energy. 3 is the divine masculine energy, I believe. Because 3 is divine masculine and 6 is divine feminine. Yeah, 6. Wait a minute. I want to say that number 3 is the divine, divine masculine, because 6 has to do more with balance and harmony and creativity and, you know, having all kind of ideas and stuff like that. I want to say that's the divine feminine number. So yeah, this has to do with like maybe a divine masculine or something like that, a karmic divine masculine or something like that. But either way, when I look into the window, which I haven't you know, I got it like this. I need to give me some ink blot cards. That's what I think I want to do. I think I want to do ink blot instead of this. But what I see here is I definitely see you know, 2 people sitting together or like talking or something like that. I'm not sure if they're coming to the table to like speak their truths, because I do see a snake coming out of somebody's mouth, so somebody could be lying about something. But essentially I do see some I do see another snake here too, so maybe they both are snakes. But I do see the energy of them coming together to I guess to form an agreement or something like that, or to talk, I guess, with the division card out here in reverse. So the opposite of, you know, division basically is, you know, them splitting apart, but them possibly even reuniting or coming back together is the energy I've got out here. Okay. Yeah, you got another mirror card. We got you got Fa out here with the F note, and we have Noga, which has to do with the energy of Venus. Okay, this says love, rivalry, guitar, piano. Okay, so this, and it says addition. Somebody could be walking away from some kind of love rivalry, or there was like the energy of like a love rivalry or something like that. Yeah, somebody's taking leadership with 174 out. The 174 hertz out here. This could be somebody who's basically, let's see, 174, it has to do with the energy of like leadership, something about a spiritual leader. Something about a spiritual leader that is like forming some kind of foundation. It's like a spiritual leader or something walking away from a foundation or something like that. I do see in the mirror, I do see like somebody with like a mask on. Oh no, I see a baby. I see somebody who maybe just had a baby or something like that. Yeah, I see that. I see a falcon out here. I see a bird watching over it, and I also see a raven. Yeah, this looks like a new addition to a family is what I'm seeing here. Yeah, that's crazy, because this card do say addition, but I figure it would be like, subtraction. But I guess if it's in reverse, I guess it still is the upright, you know. I guess so. You know, I'm still learning these cards. So all right, so let's see what else we got here. Next, we got the star card in reverse here. Okay, with the star card in reverse here, we have foundation to victory. So somebody either lost their foundation or is losing their foundation. I got positive masculine energy here in reverse, so there could be a karmic masculine out here. Somebody luck has run out. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but yeah, somebody luck has run out. Something about conspiracy, humanitarian energy, has to do with like birds, amethyst, sun, and sandalwood. Yeah, something about heading south-southeast. I don't know who that is for, but something about heading south-southeast, or something going on south-southeast, right? But this is a card of the air. With it being in reverse, this has to do with a violent wind. Maybe there's like a lot of gossip. Let's see, a lot of gossip, a lot of argument, a lot of conflict that's going on right now. I can see a lot of arguing is what I'm getting here. It's got to be a lot of arguing energy here. The 11th house is governed by the energy of other people. Basically, it has to do with friend circles and stuff like that. Friend circles. I got public service out here, yeah. And also I'm seeing the energy, you know, with it being Uranus, that has to do with shock, change. So something isn't changing. Somebody probably tried to change something that's not going to change. And they're trying to keep it secret that they were trying to change something. Somebody could secretly be trying to change some kind of victory over, some kind of loss over their foundation into a victory. Okay, let's see what's going on here with the, let's clarify these. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see what's going on with this couple here. Something going on with a couple here, right? Let's see what's going on. Okay, we got the Empress card here, and we got the Four Wands in reverse here. Okay, so remember I was telling you that they came together, and you know, they could have been plotting, is the energy that I'm getting here. This is somebody who probably broke up, but what they got in common is like maybe plotting against a certain person. And we got the Empress energy out here, and we also have the Four Wands out here. Yeah, so I don't know if they're plotting on an Empress, but the energy that I get here has to do with someone trying to like use some kind of like energy, maybe, to change something around with a house or something like that. I don't know. You know what? I really do get the vibe that somebody is trying to get somebody to lose a house with this Empress energy out here. It's kind of like they're brainstorming. It's like a couple that always break up, but now they're coming together in this Empress energy of brainstorming and things of that nature, you know? Let's see what else we got here. Got the Ace of Pentacles out here. Yeah, whoever this was, they just took a major loss financially. Oh, man. They took a L. If this has something to do with, if it doesn't have anything to do with money, this could be like something that was supposed to be gifted to them that they missed out on, some kind of way, shape, or form. That Ace of Swords out here, that's the truth. Yeah, there's a couple out here who was fighting and plotting on someone again, and as a result, they lost some kind of form of foundation, and now they're meeting, trying to, I guess, I don't know if they're still plotting on the Empress or not or whatever, but they're trying to come up with like a creative way to strip somebody's foundation, maybe. And then you got the Ace of Pentacles. In the meantime, while they're doing that, they were losing out on money here. This Ace of Pentacles is the big money card. This ain't little change here. This has to do with, in my opinion, like grands. It could even be like, you know, a couple, you know, 20, 30 grand, something like that, you know. Last time I said it was between $8,000 and $10,000, but this is big money here, right? Hopefully it's not tax money. You got the Knight of Cups here. This relationship is coming to an end with the Knight of Cups out here and the Death slot energy. Yeah, this relationship is coming to an end. This is the deep and dying breath of a relationship here. Somebody has finally got clarity on what was really going on here, and maybe somebody was focused on the Empress and they knew that they were losing their home and they decided to leave. That's a possibility too. You got the two of Wands out here. Yeah, that's the energy that I'm getting out here. Somebody is getting ready to leave a relationship because they want to be with someone else. Someone's getting ready to leave to be with somebody here. You got the Page of Swords out here in reverse. Yeah. Right now, they're trying to keep that a secret, is what I'm seeing here. So I guess I could have messed up with, hopefully that other person don't see this video, you know. But what I do see here is that somebody is definitely trying to keep it under wraps, try to keep it quiet that they're going to leave this person. This person probably is a psycho. That's probably why. Justice card in reverse. Yeah. But the thing is that, you know, the love offer that they're going towards with this Two of Wands out here, that person is it's going to be a one-sided relationship. They're getting ready to leave somebody. They were getting ready to leave their relationship or their marriage to go and be in a relationship with somebody else or to partner up with somebody else. And you got the Justice card out here in reverse in the Heart slot, and that has to do with things not being justified or fair. Whoever this person is, when it comes to love matters, it's like it's an imbalance here. And maybe this could be the entire connection altogether, where it's just like something isn't proper give and take. You know what I'm saying? One person might bully this and the other person might bully that, and they're both sick and tired of each other's shit. You got the Queen of Swords out here, which is the truth. Yeah, it has to do with the truth. They're in the process of speaking their truth. I don't know who this couple is, but they are speaking their truths to each other about, each other, and that's weird that that card came up, because that definitely is a representation of, that it definitely confirmed the Bible verse that I pulled out here. All right, so now let's move on to the love rivalry here in reverse here. This had to do with a new addition to a family. I don't know what that's all about. But yeah, the energy I was getting here had to do something about maybe a spiritual leader or something like that. Somebody who is somebody who is head of the household or something like that. They may have spiritual gifts, or they could have lost their spiritual gifts or struggling with their spiritual gifts or something like that. Or they could have used their spiritual gifts in order to get a home. Yeah. Let's see what comes up. You got the Queen of Swords out here. Ooh, I am so sorry for that. Excuse me. But yeah, I got the Queen of Swords out here. This Queen of Swords energy out here, this give me the vibe of, yeah, there is a new addition to somebody's family. Four of Pentacles out here. Somebody is saving some money up because they have an addition to a family. It's the vibe that I'm getting here. It's a newborn baby. I can see the parents. I see both parents. I definitely see that mother out there. I also see a falcon out here, and I also saw the crow. So basically that falcon is going to be a representation of Horus, Ra energy. So this could be a generational curse breaker that is being born at this time. There's a child out here that's being born that's going to be a generational curse breaker for that family, or for that lineage or that line. With the crow energy out here, they are going to excel at transmutation. This is a baby that's sent here to transmute curses into abundance for the family. It's like this child is going to be a filter for the family. This is what I'm seeing here. When it comes to the falcon, that's that has to do with like a someone who moves quickly in the family dynamic, or who moves quickly. Okay, so this baby may be one of those kids who accelerate through the ranks exceptionally quickly, right? But there's also that crow in the background that I saw. That crow energy has to do with a lot of things that die off in this person's life. So basically, as fast as things comes in is as fast as things die in this person's life. And that's not a curse or anything like that. That's the way it's supposed to be, because in order for new things to come into this world, you have to kill off the old. With the crow energy, this has to do with like crow medicine. A lot of them transmute in they consume dead things and transmute it into nutrition for themselves. And they themselves, one upon death, becomes the very nutritional factor for the earth. You see what I'm saying? Circle of life. We learned that from what, Lion King? But anyway, yeah, this is a generational curse breaker here. This child may even have some kind of special gifts and things, and this child may have like certain talents or special spiritual gifts, right? Or they may even come off as just an ordinary child, is what I'm seeing here. But they are sent here to be a generational curse breaker. And I can see the hand of God holding this child and ushering this child's soul into this reality. Right now, this child, its body is born, but its soul is with God, and God is getting ready to send a special soul which comes from possibly from the past, that's the energy that I get. It's probably like an older woman energy is what I'm seeing. Maybe like somebody in this family, there was a woman who used to be a witch, a white witch is what I'm seeing here. That person's soul is reincarnating into a child. And the task that this woman has is to break some generational curses for her family. So yeah, I wouldn't doubt that this is going to be somebody who's born with natural Wiccan abilities, or natural witch abilities, or warlock abilities, or whatever. You know, this is good for that family, or whatever family this is. This is going to be a good thing for that family. You got the Queen of Swords energy out here. Yeah, whoever this is, it's like somebody wants to speak a truth, or someone's holding themselves back from speaking the truth about this child. Somebody's holding back on speaking the truth about this child with the Knight of Pentacles out here in reverse. Yeah, this give me the energy of the something about someone basically restraining themselves because they don't want to like pay some money, or maybe they don't have money to support this child, or money is slow right now, or something like that. It has something to do with money and the new slot or whatever. The new, you know. And you got the Six of Wands out here in reverse. Yeah. So the vibe that I'm getting here, it has to do with like whoever this is. And I don't want to wish this on anybody, but this give me the vibe of somebody who can't afford a child. Somebody had a child or is starting a family and they can't afford it. And now they're not speaking how they truly feel about this situation. Although this child is a gift, an exceptional gift. You have the Six of Wands in reverse here. And the Six of Wands in reverse energy here, it has to do with, you know, not necessarily just losing a loss, but it has to do with, you know, keeping it secret, basically. You know what I'm saying? Is the vibe that I'm getting here. And not necessarily just keeping it secret, but trying to keep certain people or too many people from knowing about this child that's being born here. For some reason, somebody want to keep it a secret or something like that. Yeah, you got the Temperance card in reverse here. Yeah, whoever this person is, what's coming to an end is their karmic ways. Somebody's going to have to grow up after having this child. Yeah, this could be somebody young. You know what I mean? This could be somebody who's young and they just started in life and they don't have that much money. Look, it's like that. Like, you're not going to have all the money. Like, you like 23, you like 28. You're not going to have all the fucking money. In those years, you're learning skills so that you can get to the money. So whoever this is, they're just hard on themselves for no fucking reason. They could be younger, but they're just hard on whoever this is. They hard on themselves for no fucking reason, you know. The way I see it. But I also understand that, you know, with this child, it's a different responsibility. I can't really speak on children. I don't have any. You know what I'm saying? If I had them, I would speak on them, and I love them to death. But, you know, in terms of like knowing what it takes to like take care of them, feed them, bathe them, and all that other stuff, I know nothing about that. All I know is play with them. I might know how to change a pamper or two, feed them, spoil them, that kind of ordeal. But outside of that, I don't know all the details about this kind of thing. You know what I mean? And matter of fact, I'm not qualified to talk about it because I don't have kids, right? I got nieces and nephews. That's not the same. Nieces and nephews, I could spoil them, give them cookies and cream or whatever, you know, ice cream or whatever all day long, and, you know, but at the end of the day, I'm sending them back home. You got the Page of Cups out here. Okay, so yeah, whoever this person is, they're in like this. This has to do with like a young child. I mean, not a young child. I don't know why I said that. Wow. Maybe somebody did get like somebody younger than them impregnated or something like that. But yeah, the energy that I'm getting here has to do with like a younger energy. This could be like a water sign or something like that. Or somebody could just be in their emotions about this. Maybe this person felt something for this child that they never felt in a long time. And this could be the one thing that they need to help balance their lives back out, with the Temperance card out in reverse. You see what I'm saying? With them having that Temperance card in reverse here, that means if whatever, you know, them being in this disrupted, distorted energy, they're coming out of that because they know they have to take care of their child. They may still have like immature tendencies, or they may still be growing or maturing, you know what I'm saying, emotionally. And we all go through that phase. There's nothing to judge about, you know, about that. We all go through that phase. You have to start somewhere. The Page of Cups is probably, for me, one of the most powerful cards out here, because that's the beginning of something. It's difficult to start something. Starting is, I'll put it like this. We start things all the time, But to be persistent in it, in that, with that page energy, being persistent in the beginning, it's difficult. Because we're venturing into the unknown and we're facing it with a childlike energy, like this person is right now. They're facing their own emotions in a childlike energy. And, you know, maybe their intuition is telling them something. Maybe it's telling them something about themselves. You got the Nine of Swords out here. Yeah, I can see that. Whoever this is, it's like they mentally, they're stressed out. They're really stressed out. They're not getting that much sleep. They're worried. They're stressed out about this child. Probably, and you know, I can't say that that is wrong, but I can say that that's the sign of somebody who, if they are able to get everything rolling, is going to end up being a great dad. Because in my opinion, people who, you know, when it comes to children, those who like are having natural affinity towards children have a tendency to be too lenient. But those who like are stressed or worried about their kids and stuff like that, or have, you know what I'm saying, they end up being, or who are inexperienced, if they're willing to learn, like that page, it's probably the best thing for them, because they're learning something new about life. It's just a new phase, because at the end of the day, life is only a system of beginnings and endings. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. Every ending is a new opportunity for a beginning. It's just it leads to a new beginning. And every beginning eventually leads to an ending. Whoever this person is, they're stressed out and they're worried and they're not sleeping that well. They could even be having nightmares. I don't know if this is the man or the woman. I honestly don't, but this looked like that it's a woman out here who's stressed out and worried and stuff about a child, because they don't know if they can, you know. But you got the Knight of Wands out here, so they are like, they still are sexually attracted to this person, or maybe they was just thinking with their dick. You know what I'm saying? That happens, you know. Whoever this person is, they could have been thinking with their dick or their vagina or whatever, you know. And that happens too, you know, when you're young, especially. You know, I ain't gonna lie, I've done that too. But in the same breath, it's crunch time. It's time to get down with the get down, baby. It's not time for you to be like down and depressed and worried and all of that. Life goes on, you know. And as a man, nobody's gonna come up to you and ask you how you feel today or about your emotions. You are, as hard as it sounds, you are expected to be in tip-top shape, ready to go at all times. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Depending on who you talk to, unless you talk to a therapist, then it's like, oh, how are you? You know. Next, we got the Empress card out here. Yeah, whatever this is, it's gonna work out. It's gonna be rough at first, but just stick it out. You know what I'm saying? Learn what you need to learn, make adjustments like you need to make adjustments, and after a while, you're gonna start. This is going to be the realm of mastery for you, whether you're a male or a woman or a female. But I'm definitely, this right here has a female energy, so maybe this is all about a female. Maybe there's a female out here who didn't speak her truth about a child, who held back and restrained herself from speaking of her truth about a child, knowing she didn't have any money. She may not even have anybody else to help her and support her, and she might have, like, you know, emotional problems. You know what I'm saying? She might have some emotional problems. You got Page of Cups out here. Yeah, that has to do with someone who's, you know, emotionally immature. With the page, you know, the Nine of Swords out here, this is somebody who is caught up in their head. You know what I'm saying? And then with the Knight of Wands out here in the heart slot, there's someone who loves to have sex. It ain't nothing wrong with liking to have sex, but you got to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get AIDS and STIs and shit like that, because then that'll stop you or limit on who you can have sex with. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the Empress card out here. With that Empress card out here, whoever this is, they're going to be fine. You're going to be, you know, if you decide to go through with this, you're going to be a great mom or a great dad. You just got to have faith in yourself. You got to see it for yourself. I can't see it for you. If you can't see this for yourself, then it's not going to work for you. But that child is a blessing. That child is a generational curse breaker. And I'm not going to say that, you know, it's going to come out, you know, shooting like sparks and, you know, firecrackers out their ass or anything like that. But I am going to let you know right now that this child is going to need special attention. And after all of that, that Empress card came out at the end, because essentially that right there is a part of your purpose in life. You have the opportunity to raise a generational curse breaker and infuse in them different wisdoms that you learned along your lifetime and your life path. What you don't accomplish, or where you feel like you messed up in life, this child may have to go through that too in order to fix it. So if you make any mistakes in your life, you educate it in that child who is the generational curse breaker, and they're going to go through and break that for you. You see what I'm saying? This child, a lot of kids like this, they are hated a lot because a lot of people have an affinity towards them, and it makes other kids jealous. You know what I'm saying? Because of how well behaved these children usually are. You know? All right, star in reverse here. We got somebody out here was trying to reverse something here, or change a victory to some kind of foundation, or change it, or it's taking a loss. Somebody has terrible luck. We got the 10 of Wands out here, and you got the 9 of Swords out here. Yeah, somebody out here is definitely trying to it give me the energy of somebody who is just like trying to take shortcuts in life. Somebody's trying to live like an easy life. This give me the vibe of somebody who is with the 10 of Wands in reverse. Somebody who don't value hard work. This is somebody who chill at the house all day, basically, with the 9 of Swords out here in reverse, because the 9 of Swords out here, that has to do with like being stressed out and worried. But this right here is like having no worries. You know what I'm saying? So somebody out here is like, their luck and stuff it's like they're down on their luck. So they're trying to find an easy way to navigate through this whole thing. You got the 9 of Wands in reverse here. Yeah. Whoever this person is, they could have an STD, or they could, maybe it has something to do about them not, well, I'll put it like this. They could have an STD now that because I said it. Well, I ain't gonna say because I said it, but I said it already now. Maybe that's what it is. But this 9 of Wands in reverse, this has to do with somebody who is extremely cautious. It's like the 9 of Wands in itself is the energy of rushing in to do things impulsively. This is somebody who maybe pair action with logic too. So they may go full steam ahead towards something, but they're going to contemplate before they act. You got the Magician energy out here. Yeah. Whatever is going on here, somebody is out here either doing magic or trying to, or paying a practitioner or something like that. But the vibe that I'm getting here with the Star card in reverse here, this has to do with somebody who's trying to turn this Star card up, right side up, like I was saying earlier. Somebody out here was trying to manifest or do spell work or even root work, to get this, to change this whole situation around when it comes to like their family and their foundation. You got the 7 of Cups in reverse. It's wishful thinking. With the 7 of Cups in reverse and in the death slot here, there's some kind of disillusion that's coming to an end. The veil over whatever is hiding this or keeping this hidden from others, or maybe even just people who are affected by this, it's coming out. It's definitely coming out. You got the Page of Wands out here. Whoever this person is, it's like they are trying to find a business to start, or they're getting ready to start a new endeavor or enterprise. And probably because of that money thing that was up there earlier. You got the Queen of Swords out here in reverse. This is somebody who's really bitter, always running off at the mouth, always speaking their mind. It's good to speak your mind, but there's a time and a place for all of that. And this person is the kind of person who's like, oh, well, I was just keeping it real. Okay, it's okay to keep it real. It's cool. Keep it real. We get that. But the delivery is what matters the most. You know what I'm saying? You got the Eight of Pentacles out here in reverse here. Yeah. Whoever this person is, it's like they want to start over, or they want to, like, you know, do this magic or whatever this is. But somebody's heart is not into what they're doing right now. I don't know if it had to do with like work or something like that. It's like somebody was watching you, and then all of a sudden they turn around and start working real hard to make it seem like that they've been working the entire time. With the Eight of Pentacles out here in reverse, this definitely give me the energy, you know, with it being in the heart slot. This give me the vibe of somebody who's trying not to work on some kind of like love or something like that. It's like they're not trying to work on it. You got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse here. Yeah. So, like I said, with the Star card out here, it's coming to light that somebody lost a house or took a major ill. And whoever this person is, it's kind of like they were like covering it up or trying to keep people. I want to say like they were like covering it up or trying to keep people from finding out or something like that. Maybe they're taking some stress and worries and burdens off themselves. With the Knight of Wands energy out here, this give me the energy or the vibe that this person is like they move boldly, but they think about every move that they make, and they oh crap. Let me see something here. Hold on. Yeah, so you get to see my ashy hands. Oh man, I'm gonna have to do something about that. So yeah, like I was saying though, with the magician out here, yeah, they're trying to change some things around. They're trying to manifest some stuff, or bring what they feel to be harmony in their in this situation here for themselves. Now, yeah, you had the magician. Oh, you had the was that the Seven of Cups in reverse here. Whoever this person is, they could have been in an illusion, or they, you know, is coming out of an illusion. So if you're going through any kind of mental, you know, any kind of spiritual warfare that involves like being scatterminded and all that other stuff, guess what? Don't worry about it. It's being lifted. The veil is being lifted, and it possibly could be returned back to where it come from, which I claim in the name of Jesus, right? And whoever this person is, it's like, although their foundation isn't the best, they may still be trying to start a business or start a new endeavor, or, you know what I'm saying? That's the vibe that I'm getting here. Something about starting a business is what I'm seeing here. You got the Queen of Wands energy, yeah, Queen of Swords energy here. This is somebody who generally plots against others. They could even just be a gossiper. But the energy that I get here has to do about bitterness and being bitter, and yeah. That's somebody who's not healed, and they speak from an unhealed place against other people. Like I said, I was just keeping it real. And then after that, you got the Eight of Wands out. I mean, Eight of Pentacles out here. You know, again, Eight of Pentacles. This energy gives me the energy or the vibe that, you know, somebody is like really working on either their heart space. Somebody could be working on their heart space, or they could be yeah, it's kind of like somebody is like not doing the healing work is what I'm getting here. There's some healing work somebody is not doing in the heart space chakra. And you also have the Knight of Pentacles out here. Whoever this person is, they could have been expecting some money to come that's not coming, you know, unfortunately. Well, I can't say unfortunately, because I don't know why God said no, but that's what it is. All right, that's been your reading for today. I love you all. I love you guys. Take it easy. Be safe. Be at peace. Get some rest. And love y'all all in peace.